It is time for the third part, PR3, and which SSR ship is the most prioritized one that you guys should work on. Now, guess what? Fun little news for you guys. They're all good. Yeah, kind of strange, I know, but yes, they're all good this time around. The developer team surprisingly did really well for all 5 ships this time around for PR3. Very well balanced and very good to fit in the current end game scenarios for most players. But I will talk in depth into what these SSR ships specialize in and how they're useful in, and you guys can decide which ship you want to work on or prioritize. It's up to you, but for the most part though, PR3 is very easy to work on, so most likely you guys can get all these ships done relatively pretty soon, especially since PR3 is only one UR ship, Drake. So you shouldn't stick around here for too long, but you should have all 3 of these or all 4 of these done in a pretty fast pace, I'd say, compared to the other 2 seasons here. So let's talk about PR3. Now, Chaseshire right here, Cheshire, the cat maid, the fake cat maid, pretty good. I won't lie, even though she has a goofy cat scenario, fake IJN, whatever you want to call her, she's pretty good. She's pretty good. So let's talk about her first skill right here. Grin and Fire. This makes this right off the bat. She takes 15% less damage right off the bat. Pretty good for tanking a very strong Vanguard as well. Pretty good. Every 12 seconds after the start of the battle, 100% chance to proc a special barrage. Basically, this barrage is like a meteorite of homing cat paw prints landing on enemies. It's not bad for damage. Also pretty good for durability. A very nice first skill. And the second one right here. This one is basically, she gets to spam torpedoes a little bit faster compared to normal cruiser ships. And the second skill right here, this is the fun one. 15% chance to proc basically buffs. So whenever she takes damage, she has a 15% chance to gain a buff for the rest of the battle. Now, 15% may seem very little, but when you're in endgame content and you're like doing bullet hell stuff, specifically in boss fight scenarios, you're going to take a lot of damage probably. You're probably going to proc all 3 of these. And if you proc 3 of these, you gain 15% firepower, 15% evasion, and 15% anti-air. Combined with the fact that she has an extremely high anti-air as well. I'll show you her stats right here. Let's go to Chaseshire right here. She has a lot of anti-air, so you get a lot of value from this. Good evasion. Well, aside from this part, 15% evasion because she's heavy cruiser and all. Decent firepower, good torpedoes, and good durability. Overall, a very solid, good ship, I'd say. So if you want to invest into Cheshire, go for it. A very solid Vanguard choice for endgame content for World 12, World 13, and OS. Very good choice there. Very good choice. Now let's talk about Mines next. So Mine is a very versatile ship right here. What we got, well, I think it's better to talk right here, honestly, because I can show you guys specifically what the stats look like. So mines. Okay, so she's a very versatile ship. You can play her as a defensive ship, or you can play her as a damage ship, whatever you want. You guys choose to. Me personally, I put her in the tank position, so you get the most out of it. But basically, her first shield is a lot more cooperative shield if you're like a manual player or like just a manual player in general. It is much more reliable compared to Rune's shield because these shields are in front of the ship and not going around rotating. So if you know how to properly place your ships when you're doing DPS and whatnot on manual, it is a very good defensive buff right here. And it lasts up to 6 hits or 8 seconds. And also the ship fires a barrage that gives 8% more firepower and 8% accuracy. So self buff, pretty good. Stacks twice, I believe. Yeah, stacks twice. And it lasts until the end of the battle. So 16% firepower, 60% accuracy. Pretty solid. Now this is where her flexibility comes in. So if you place her in the frontmost position, and if you guys don't know frontmost position, it's basically this one right here. You can play her in a specific way, or you can play her in a way where she can either be a tank or she could be DPS. So we place her in the frontmost position. She gains 5 speed, so more dodge, more mobility, 12% evasion for the rest of the battle, and 15% damage taken, similar to Cheshire. So she's quite similar to Cheshire in that sense, similar in damage, kind of, and she has flexibility. Now, if you don't want to put her in the frontmost position, she gains crit damage by 25% every 15 seconds. She has a 70% chance to fire a special barrage, meaning she has damage output. Now, if I were you guys, I wouldn't put mines in the back position, because even though 25% crit damage is a lot, there aren't many ships that can utilize crit a lot, because crit is one of those things that if you don't have 100% of, or a very, very high percentage amount, you probably won't get much value out of crit damage. Now, crit damage in general is pretty good, but there's many chances where you're not going to crit that much, but it's still pretty good though. It's still pretty good. But me personally, because she has the shields and whatnot in front of her, and she gets increased firepower and all this jazz, she's self-sustainable. I will put her in the frontmost position, but that's up to you guys. Honestly though, very good ship, close to Cheshire, but much more flexible because you can play defensive or you can play offensive. It's up to you. Now, the next ship right here is Oden. Oden, I call her literally the best 1-1 backliner ship in the game as of right now for farming, because she is very, very powerful for wave clearing. Why is she powerful for wave clearing, you may ask? Because not only does she have a main gun slot, but she also has a torpedo slot, meaning she has excellent wave clear, combined with the fact that her kit has a lot of utility as well, where she can stand in the frontmost position if she wants to cover stuff for someone. So basically, if you have a ship that's like in the flagship or whatever, she covers for them, and she's a little bit forward, meaning her torpedoes are most likely going to hit. Also, she can scan for submarines. If you guys hate submarines, pretty good there. So good for farming events and whatnot. And she decreases damage on your vanguards by 15%. So if you want to do, like, I don't know, a squishy setup or farming like Suzuki and Oden, a very powerful event farmer ship. Very good. Very good mob fleet as well. Highly recommend if you guys are looking for some kind of wave clear, some kind of fun, unique playstyle. Also, her ability right here, Rolling Thunder, it looks really cool. It looks like a fast Chidori, a fast like wave of lightning, just going right past the enemies. It pierces as well, so very cool. I like this a lot. 75% chance of proccing. A very good ship. Torpedoes, scans for submarines, good utility all around. If you want mob clearing and whatnot, a good ship to have. And lastly, we have Champagne. Champagne right now is, if not, I believe she is. She, on base stats wise, she is the highest firepower ship in the game. So let's go to firepower. Go to here and boom, confirm. Well, aside from these ships right here, ignore these ships. Boom. Look at that. Champagne. Well, she's in my OS fleet. Damn it. Anyways, though, she's pretty high. 454. If we compare her to FDG, well, mine is ringed, but they're very close. Let me see. Actually, I can search this up real quick. I believe they're very close, but let me get a double reconfirmation. If not, it's like really just slightly behind. Yeah, Champagne beats her by 5. Right, she is the highest one as of right now, and I believe she has one of the highest BB gun efficiency as well, at 180%. So a very good ship as well. Let me see here. Gear, 180%. Boom, a good ship, a very good ship. Now, what's so special about her is that she's like a machine gun. I call her the machine gun ship because she decreases your main gun reload time by 40% and fires barrages as well. So she's like pew just like spits out a barrage similar to Amagi's barrage. So if you've seen Amagi's barrage, it's kind of like that. Very good. And if you want to use HE ships, it's increased firepower and anti-air, whatever. I don't use her for HE that much. I use her for my mob fleet for OS, not mob fleet. I use it for my HE fleet for OS, but I prefer using her for AP stuff but I personally just use HG because it's a lot easier. But I would highly recommend using AP because so you get some good buffs from using HG ammo, but when you use AP ammo, like she gets firepower, reload, and crit rate. Pretty damn nasty. Combined with the fact that we have white shells in the game, 20% crit rate is pretty good. It's pretty good. She's probably gonna crit a lot compared to most ships nowadays. She also can tank for your Vanguard as well, or not Vanguard, your flagship. So like, let's say I take 1,000 damage or whatever. She could take some of the damage for it because of her second skill right here. So a very powerful ship. Works very well with AP ammo. I highly recommend using AP, but if you want to use HG, that's okay as well. Very good ship. One of the premier battleships in the game as of right now, and only subject to get stronger because there may be a chance we're getting a Yamato gun in OS, and that gun honestly will put Champagne's damage output off the charts. Easily, probably top 3 DPSer, if not the best DPSer in the game. So a very powerful ship. Well, so with that being said, all 4 ships are good. Up to you guys to decide. Chaseshire, if you want some tanky durability, you want an easier time at World 13 or whatever. Chaseshire, very good. Mine's DPS, tank, player however you want. Very flexible ship. Oden, a really good utility backliner for 1-1 farming or just a mob fleet in general because of radar scans and torpedoes. Very good. And Champagne, a machine gun battleship, spits out a lot of damage, very powerful, and only will get even stronger if the Yamato gun do get released in the game. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Very good ships for PR3. You have no bad choices at all right here, but because PR3 is a very easy season to work on, you should have all these ships done at Developer 30 in no time, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Enjoy the video, guys, and happy grinding.